Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hope that you all have had a lovely past few days. Today's video is going to be a full face of nothing new, so I'm just going to be going through my collection and using some products that you guys have seen and that I just really enjoy using or that I haven't picked up in a minute. I have seen quite a few people doing videos like this. This is not necessarily a tag. I don't know who started it, but I've seen like Andrea Renee, Juicy Jazz, Raw Christy Beauty, or Raw Beauty Christy. I forget what her exact title is. I think Roxana Rissa. I've seen a lot of people doing these types of videos. I really love them because I personally do not have the money and do not want to constantly buy new products, and I also don't want my channel to just be a review channel. I like to do makeup tutorials. I like to play with what's in my collection. I like to encourage other people to look at what is in their collection before they go out and just purchase a bunch of new stuff. So keeping in with that, I really love the concept of this video. I love that it's kind of coming back of people just using what they already own here on YouTube, because I feel like that was not the case for a long time. So I'm very much here for it. All that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Do not like doing my brows. It's very repetitive at this point, I know, but I don't like doing my brows, especially on camera. But because I promised you a full face of nothing new, I am going to go ahead and do it on camera. So something that I've been loving to do lately when I'm starting my face is to prime my forehead first and then go in and do some foundation on my face. So the primer I'm going to be using today is my e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer, and the foundation I'm going to be using is my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear in the shade Tahoe. Okay, so for primer today for my lids, I am just going to go in with my P. Louise base. I have not been reaching for this as often lately, which is surprising. I've been really just using my my MAC soft ochre paint pot, but I really do love my P. Louise base primer. So we're gonna be going in with that one today. For today's video, we're gonna go in with the Violet Voss Pro palette. I think that's the only name for this. And it looks like this on the inside. I have used it before. I really love this palette. It's gorgeous. And we're gonna pick up the shade Transition, because that is actually my perfect transition shade. And I'm just gonna pop it right on the crease and let it come up above the crease as well. Now we're going to keep the same brush and we are going to go in with the shade Are You Kidding Me? So we went in with Transition first, and now we're going to go in with Are You Kidding Me, which is a deeper version of Transition. And we're just going to pop that, kind of following that same crease line that we did, this kind of like same pattern, but we're going to bring it down a little bit lower. Okay, now we're going to take a slightly smaller brush and we are going to go in with the shade Wine and Dine, which is this gorgeous little like burgundy, not even burgundy, more like a Merlot type shade right here, like a light Merlot. And I want to keep this one a little lower on the lid. Look at the pigment on that, it's so beautiful. Okay, and I want to throw, I'm debating, I think I might want to throw like a teensy bit of the orange shade in there just to kind of help blend it out a little bit more, just to make it like a little bit more of a gradient. So I'm going to very lightly go back in with this fluffy brush and take the shade Hashtag, and I'm going to take like a very tiny amount of that on my brush, and then holding it at like the very bottom of the handle, I am just going to like slightly diffuse those edges and just bring in a little bit of warmth up near the brow bone and help just blend out that Wine and Dine shade a little bit more. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Teddy Bear, which is this really pretty deep brown shade here. And I'm just gonna pick that up on this tiny brush, this like tinier little blending brush, and I'm going to pack that on the outer corner and then kind of like bring it over into the crease. Okay, so now you guys are much more zoomed in, and we are going to just go in with the same brush, no extra product on it, and we're just going to blend out that brown a little bit. Okay, and now we're going to be picking up this Cover FX Shimmer Veil in the shade Amethyst, and we are just going to pop this onto the part of the crease that we've cut out. So we're gonna go in now to the face, base makeup, my favorite, and we're going to prime. So I already did some pre-priming. I sprayed some spray on my face. I didn't show that, but I did that before I started filming. But now we're gonna like really step up the priming. We're gonna take more of that Jelly Pop Dew Primer from e.l.f. and we are just going to prime our face in my nose area, because my nose, especially out of my T-zone area, gets very oily. I am putting my Touch and Soul primer, which is the no problem primer. Yeah, my Touch and Soul no problem primer. So I have not used this concealer in quite some time. I just have not been reaching for like anything from Tarte really, but this is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium. I believe this is a tad bit too neutral for me normally, but I think right now it might be okay. If not, I have something else to just kind of like pair it with. But I'm gonna put a little bit right here. It obviously is like, it's light. It's light. It's a light concealer. And we all know Tarte Shape Tape goes a long way. So I'm gonna focus it mainly on my under eye, and I'm gonna put a different concealer on the rest of my face. So it's not too bad. It is bright, and I want to tone it down just a little bit. So I'm going to take my NARS concealer in the shade Biscuit. Yeah. And I'm just going to very lightly just take a little bit of this and just kind of blend it out right on top. This is more like a closer to my skin tone concealer. To set everything, or at least the under eyes, I'm going to go in with my Pretty Vulgar, the Powder Room Matte About It's translucent setting powder. This has a little bit of a tint to it, but it does come off pretty translucent. It has like almost an almost banana type like tint to it. I really like it a lot. My camera actually cut out while I was filming, and I got really upset, but then something really cool happened. I'm just gonna tell you guys while I keep on going. Let me go ahead and bronze. I set my face with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade 40, which I always do. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze my skin with my Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm actually going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to mix this bronzer with the Buxom Maldives bronzer. This one is a little bit glowier, so I'm just gonna like mix these two and see what happens. But basically I was getting really like upset and annoyed because I was like, okay, I was filming, and if you guys don't know, I film on my phone, and I got a call that I was not expecting, that I didn't really need to get at that moment, and it cut out my like filming thing, and I just caused some issues that didn't need to cause and took longer than I was expecting. But within that time, I happened to just say, oh, let me just check my Instagram feed, because I got a notification that I got a message. And while I was checking it, I saw that one of my favorite artists named Charlene K posted a picture, and it looked like she was doing some like album promotional shots, and she said, did you miss me? And I was like, yes, because I have been listening to Charlene since I was like 16 or 17 years old. I love her music so much. And she had this song called Animal Love that oh my God, I like, all of her music is so good, but I remember Animal Love being something that I just like could not stop listening to when it came out. And I think that's the name of her, like, her last album actually was Animal Love. I could be wrong. And if you guys don't know who like Star Kid is here on YouTube, or if you guys know who Darren Criss is, let's go this way. If you guys know who Darren Criss is, and you know about Star Kid through Darren Criss, or you knew about Darren Criss through Star Kid, then you probably know who Charlene K is. She's an amazing, amazing musician. She went to the University of Michigan, and she's just like a really like chill, down-to-earth musician. She's so good. She's Asian American, and the girl just kills the game. And there aren't that many like Asian American artists that are featured in her genre. I feel like it's just, she's just so good. So definitely go ahead and check her out. I reposted her on my story. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and give me a follow so you can see what I'm talking about. I just reposted her picture and said that like I'm so excited and emotional about her return, because I am. And she just surprised me and responded to me, and I was kind of like, what? And I don't get starstruck like ever. Like I really don't. I'm not necessarily starstruck now, but I was just so surprised, because like 16-year-old me that like was just going through so much, and the only thing that got me through were like Jonas Brothers song, theater songs, and Charlene K's music. That just means a lot to me. I mean, I am a person that listens to so many different types of genres and so much different types of music. It would genuinely shock you, but show tunes I listen to probably more than anything else, and I found her through like my theater nerdiness. So it was really, really kind of surreal to just kind of have her respond to me and me be like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Charlene K, for acknowledging the fact that I like appreciate your music. That's awesome. So yeah, that was really cool. And in the vein of that, I just want to shout out also, one of my really good friends named Kirsten has released an EP. It's on Spotify. It is called Something Finished, Not Quite, what is it called? Oh crap, I can't remember the exact name. I literally just said it 3 times so I would remember it, and I can't remember it. I think it's called Something Finished Almost Complete, or Something Finished Almost New, something. It's along the lines of that. I had another interruption, but the album is called Something Finished Somewhat Complete. It's an EP technically. It's so good. Kirsten's crazy talented. She went to school here in Philly. She has such a beautiful voice, such a beautiful heart, and I have spent so much lovely time with her, just going on some adventures, and she came and visited me in college a couple of times. I genuinely love her. I think she's a fantastic person and a fantastic artist. So please, if you guys are watching this video, take a second, go over, give her some love, you know, check out her music. It's amazing. We're gonna go in now with our Laura Geller Tropic Hues Baked Blush and Brighten. I really like this because it just has a very pretty like glow to it. It's just so cute and I love it. I don't use like loose highlight too much, just because it can be a little bit intimidating honestly sometimes, but I am going to use it today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this brush actually, because I feel like this brush diffuses product a little bit more, which is what I want. And I'm going to pick up this Diamond Glow powder, and I'm just going to very lightly just dust it on the cheekbones. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Perfect brush for this. And this has like a nice little purpley glow, but it looks very natural. It's not like poweringly purple, so I can definitely get with this. And on top of that, I just want to add a little bit more of a like concentrated highlight. So I'm going to do my Becca Rose Gold highlight. This is an oldie but a goodie, like an old favorite. Takes me back, man. This takes me back. I love this highlight. This was a treat to myself for my birthday a few years ago, and I've never regretted it. And I'm just gonna line my lips. I'm gonna be taking the NYX Soft Matte Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Copenhagen. And for lips, I'm going in with my NARS, what is this called? My NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment in the shade Rock With You. It's this very, very deep, vampy purple shade, and whew, I love this thing, but it's vampy, it's deep, you'll see. Yeah, like the lip liner isn't even deep enough for it. Okay guys, and this is say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last man falls. I don't need